Hey, my name is Corey Freeman, and today I'm going to be showing you what makes the Headway WordPress theme. The only thing you need to worry about, really, is this little button over here called Enter Visual Editor. We're going to click it, and then we're going to make an awesome looking blog in 15 minutes. That's right, you can watch the clock, it'll be 15 minutes or less. Like pizza delivery. But not really. So, when you enter the Headway Visual Editor, you're going to get this panel on the left. This panel basically allows you to control everything about your blog. We're going to focus on the design panel, because that's what people mostly want to see. They always wonder, how does Headway make design so much easier? By the way, you can slide the panel out of the way clicking the little tab on the right side of the panel, like that. So what's here is the Headway default theme. This is what it looks like when you unpackage it. We're going to change it around and make it look a little bit more elegant. So when you go into the Design tab, what you're going to want to use is the Element Selector, which allows you to select an element. Once it's been selected, you can call it out, and you can see the options displayed underneath. I'm going to make my background dark red. It's the kind of look we're going to work with here today. Again, if you want to check and see how it looks, slide the panel out of the way and get a good feel. Of course, the element selector might be a little bit slow for your taste. You can also just click on an element and mess around with it. Say if you want to make those bottom borders for post change. Pretty cool, right? So now let's say you want to change the header background. Make sure you click on the header and not the tagline, because I keep doing that. And you can change the background to anything you want. Make it red, blue. The changes appear right before your eyes. Awesome, right? Gonna make it black, a little bit mysterious. You can change the color to red. So you can see, all you have to do is click on it, mess around with it, and move on. Move that back to white. Don't want to get too distinctive. You can also click on the tagline and change the color of the tagline. Or if you would prefer not to have a tagline at all, you can go to Site Configuration, Header, Header Options, and uncheck Show Tagline. My bad, I hit the uncheck Show Navigation button. So while we're in Header Options, there's a lot of stuff you can do with your header. You can show or unshow the tagline, show or unshow navigation, and show or unshow breadcrumbs, which don't appear on the index page. You can also make a fluid header, or a fixed header, and you can move the navigation right or left. You can also upload a header image, and I'll show you how that works, although I don't have an actual logo prepared for this. So let's head into Pictures and see what I have. You can use that one. So the header image actually replaces your header site name. It's really a logo uploader as opposed to a background uploader. Just FYI. If you want to get rid of it, just click the delete button. You can also mess around with the margin so you can center your image any way you need. Like, say, can be 30 from the side. Or something like that. So as you can see, you can mess around with it basically until you get it where you're looking. Alright. Now let's say you want your navigation to go on top of your header. No problem, just hit Enter Enable Header Rearranging and move it up there. Disable, and you're good to go. For design, you can click navigation and change the background. You'll notice that the elements themselves didn't change. That's because your navigation can have a different background color from your navigation items. Everything in Headway pretty much has its own class, so you can customize every element. You can make them a little bit subtle and change the color to white. Cool, huh? Alright, now let's say you want the font in your navigation to be different from the font in the rest of your blog. No problem. Just change the font face to one of the drop-downs. You can also change the size to really tiny or really big, and the line height to accommodate. Depending on what you're going for. You can change the weight of the text, uppercase or lowercase, small caps or large regular size, and the actual letter spacing. To make our navigation slightly bigger. You'll notice that the one at the end didn't change. That's because that's the active tab. You're going to have to mess around with the active tab too to make it work just like everything else. Of course, I don't really want my background of my active tab to be the same as the background of the others, so I'm going to copy the color of my header site name and make it the background. Change the letter spacing to match, and of course mess around with the right border. If you want to keep things consistent, you can always just copy colors from one field to the other. So now you can kind of get a feel of what your blog is looking like. So you can see I'm not really digging the background color right now, so I'm going to go back to body. Make it a little bit darker. Now, let's say you want to change the border color. Go to Wrapper, Border, and make whatever color you want. This blog, I think I want to make it the same color as my navigation border. See? Alright, now I'm going to copy the background from my active item and change my post titles. Now I really like that courier font that's going on in the navigation, and let's say I want it to go to my entire blog. Under Tools, you'll find the Mass Font Change tool. Select the font you want, and the whole blog will adjust. Now let's say I want my read full article links to look a little bit better. Change the background to black, the color to white, and we're good to go. Get kind of a crime mystery blog going on here, pretty cool. Alright, now we have a sidebar with no widgets. You can add widgets by going to Appearance Widgets tab, but right now I just want the title to look awesome. So I'm going to copy my background color again, click on the widget title, and copy it over. Change the color to white, and shift the bottom border a little bit so you can get some contrast. You can also set a thicker border so it looks cool. You can also change widget hyperlinks, so if you want the hyperlinks and widgets to look different, you can make them red. Hyperlinks by default are like grayish color. If you don't really like that, you can change it. Gonna make my older posts look like my read full article links. Just for consistency. I think it's looking pretty good. Alright, now we're down to the footer. So let's change the background color to that red. So we're using a lot of black. We can change the color to white. And we can change the top border color, maybe to the same red that we have up here in the widget title. Copy that over, scroll down, click, change. And enter a value for how, excuse me, and then enter a value for how thick you want the border to be. You can also change the link color, which you'll probably want to do if you're using a dark border. You can make it blend in a little bit, you can make it stand out all the way, whatever works. So now we have a pretty fully functioning blog theme. To make sure we don't lose any of our changes, let's hit save. The editor will then go into a reloading. There's no like save signal, so when it refreshes, you know you're good. Alright, so we're almost done with our theme, but you'll notice all we really changed was the actual front page itself. You can click switch pages to switch pages. You can switch to internal pages, which are pages that you create yourself using the WordPress add page function. You can or you can switch to system pages, which are pages that come with WordPress. So I think I'm going to switch to a single post page, so we can take a look at what that has in store. Alright, so you notice a few elements are different. Number one, we need to change the post title because all we did was change the post title hyperlink. So under the design tab, I'm going to copy the color from my site name, click on my post title, and change the color. Of course, you can also change it to whatever you want. So let's say I want to make it black when there's no link to go with it. Change the response to comments, and the comment background color. You can modify pretty much everything within the comments themselves, like the comment author, I'm going to stick with light gray. You can change the comment date around. You can also change the author hyperlink, which currently changes previous posts. So we just found a bug. Awesome. You can also change the way the trackback URL looks. And the heading for the trackback URL. And of course our breadcrumbs still need some styling, so let's try and make it a little bit more appealing. Distinguish them a little bit. That's good. Maybe copy those link colors from the site title. And play around with the color of the text. Alright, hit save. And you're good to go. So it's been 14 minutes and 44 seconds, just barely made it, and we've designed pretty much the entire blog just using the visual editor, no coding involved. So if you want to switch back to the blog index so you can see kind of how it looks. Changed pretty much everything. So I'm going to open it up actually. And here's what our blog looks like live. So what you see in the editor is what your visitors are going to see. Notice I didn't even mess around with leaves or anything. This is just the design editor. We could easily change around this whole layout just by using leaves. That's what makes Headway so much different than other blogs, just the amount of stuff you can do to make your blog look awesome. So check out the post below to find out how to get started with Headway. I'm Corey Freeman, thanks for watching.